This nightmare for Bryan Kupiak began almost 8 years ago. Bryan says the situation with TransUnion Canada has caused him years of stress. He says no one at TransUnion would listen to him and correct the issue despite reaching out numerous times for help.
It says in black and white, deceased. Date, September 29, 2017.
For years, Bryan Kupiak says he's been trying to convince TransUnion Canada he's alive. He says no matter how hard he tries, he can't convince the credit monitoring agency to change his status.
I can't go and borrow money anywhere because TransUnion has got me in as deceased.
The Enderby resident says his troubles began at the end of 2017 when his mother passed away. Bryan says that's when his social insurance number had been accidentally switched with his mother's on her death certificate.
I had no idea that I was dead. I'm just, like, my pension stopped.
That issue was eventually cleared up, or so he thought.
I went to borrow money from the bank. I was buying a new house, and I just needed a couple of grand there to put down for a deposit. And my own credit union wouldn't give me any money.
Bryan says he later discovered TransUnion Canada had mistakenly declared him as deceased. Bryan says when he calls TransUnion to fix the error on his file, he's told there isn't an issue and keeps going in circles.
After 8 years, this is ridiculous.
Bryan says TransUnion has requested he send copies of his passport and driver's license by mail for verification. But Bryan says he's uncomfortable.
With all the scams that are happening out there today, I mean, you don't want to send anybody any kind of private, information about yourself.
He even reached out to the Better Business Bureau for help, but the BBB has since closed his case as unresolved. Consumer Matters reached out to TransUnion Canada on Bryan's behalf. He says he received a call immediately, TransUnion apologizing and saying the error is now fixed.
I was no longer dead. I just felt this like, just wow.
TransUnion Canada wouldn't provide details about Bryan's case due to privacy, stating in part, mistaken reports of consumer deaths are rare, but they do happen on occasion. TransUnion receives information from a variety of sources, and in some cases, incorrect data may be reported to us. The Credit Counseling Society says mistakes in general on credit reports are not uncommon.
When misinformation is on your credit report, it is going to have a profound effect on what your credit score is. Of course, all the information on your credit report gets calculated into an algorithm to give the score. So when the information is wrong, it's really important to act quickly and try and get that corrected.
Bryan Kupiak says he's happy his information is finally corrected, now able to put a long and frustrating situation to rest.
And the Credit Counseling Society says it recommends consumers check their credit report once or twice a year to ensure there is no fraud or mistakes on file. It says consumers can do this through their bank, which should get you in touch with the credit reporting agency it uses. And if you have a consumer issue for me, you can email me at consumermatters@globalnews.ca.